So, today I'm going to be talking about marriage equality, which is really exciting. But because it would be pretty boring to just listen to somebody talk about it, and you could pretty much go anywhere right now and hear somebody talk about it, I'm also going to be trying to play this game at the same time, which I've never played this before, so who knows how that's going to go. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna take a second to get used to this. So I'm running. Oh my god. Okay, so that went well. This is gonna be interesting. So marriage equality, I don't know what day it is. It's been 2 days since it happened. This is... okay. This is gonna suck, I can feel it. Crickle. Okay, so, that happened 2 days ago. The Supreme Court had 3 different options I could pick. Most of which anyone besides this one would have probably been... God! Okay, anyone besides this one would have been not great. So it's fantastic that it went that way, and basically what it means is that in all 50 states it is now legal for someone to get married. That doesn't mean that necessarily every church has to, like, go for that. So if you're worried about, like, your religious freedom, or something along those lines, your church doesn't necessarily have to, like, marry somebody, but legally the state has to recognize it. So that's pretty cool. And that's in every state, which, again, awesome. I hate this. There's been a lot of positivity. There's also been, you know, some negativity. Like, I mean, like, there's gonna be no matter what, so I'm not, like, horribly devastated by what happened. Overall, I'm pretty excited. I've been to 2 parties since it... I just died again. I've been to 2 parties since it's happened, and it's... I mean, like, people are just ecstatic. It's great. It's a huge step forward. Because almost everything else that's happened in this kind of movement has been just getting rid of the negative, while I feel like this is finally kind of like a positive thing. I mean, like, there was... when we got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, I mean, that's like... another example of something like that, but I feel like in a lot of ways this is... I don't want to say better, but I feel like that's like, okay, let's get rid of this law that we already have that's awful, while this is like, let's make it... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's really hard to focus. So yeah, it's really exciting. Haven't been invited to any marriages yet, unfortunately. What else? Oh my god, okay, so there has been some negativity. I've actually seen it from friends of mine, because, you know, I've got plenty of friends that are like that, I guess. I've also seen kind of a lot more, like, kind of passive negativity, where it's not negative about, like, what the Supreme Court has decided, but it's more negative about, like, how much attention it's gotten, because there's a lot of other, like, controversial things going on right now that they think needs more attention, and that example being the whole Confederate flag thing going on, which I think the Confederate flag is only a symptom of a larger disease, but that's like a whole other conversation to have. And so I've seen a couple people that are kind of upset that this is almost overruling that, I guess, but at the same time, I kind of feel like that's something you see in history all the time. The women's movement was supposed to happen a lot sooner than it really happened. It was supposed to happen... It had a lot of, originally, like, kind of motivation in, the Civil War kind of time period. But because a lot of people were like, oh, you're just trying to, like, steal the spotlight kind of thing from the whole slavery issue, it ended up not making as much progress as it really probably should have. And I don't want I don't want that to happen. Like, I don't like that. I don't feel like one civil liberty gaining progress is somehow diminishing another one. I do think that we do have, oh my god, I do think that there is a racial issue in the country, and I do think that needs attention, but I don't think that that somehow means that we can't also celebrate the fact that we're finally getting basic rights. Like, that's pretty exciting. The other thing to keep in mind, though, this isn't somehow, like, an end to the, like, pride movement. Like, this isn't... we're not done. There's still, like, a lot of work to be happen. Okay, this is where... I'm gonna need to take a second here. Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, so there's, like, still a lot of things that need to happen. Like, it would be such an oversimplification to say that, like, somebody is equal in society just because they can get married. I mean, like, in every movement we see, we often see that the movement kind of like slows down after you get that kind of like basic right. I mean, women get the right to vote, and then it's kind of like everybody's kind of like, oh yeah, that's like you're equal now, and it's never that simple. There's still a lot of things to do, and I don't want any of the supporters out there to just be like, oh yeah, you have your rights, you're done, like, you know, like that's it. So there's still a lot of things to do. For example, being that in a lot of the places where people can now get married, where it was kind of iffy, there's repercussions. So it's like, yeah, you get married, and then you get fired from your job, and then no one will let you. Especially in places where it was iffy, like Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, like, it's really not going to be easy. Like, even though you can get married now, people aren't just going to, like, all of a sudden accept you for being gay. And so that's, like, we're not there as a society yet where we're equal. Not to mention, it's not like the only people that have ever faced oppression in our society are gay people. It's not just lesbian and gay people, there's bisexual people and transgender people. So those things also need progress, especially, like, I mean, there are some pretty crazy things out there for transgender people. We have a huge problem in our country with homeless teens that are transgender that are kicked out of their houses because of their parents, and so that needs attention. And so while I'm not trying to be like, oh, don't celebrate this amazing accomplishment because there's still bad things in the world, like, that's not what I'm saying. Because there are always going to be bad things in the world, and this is, like, great progress. But we do need to be aware of the fact that we're not, like, done. There's still tons of things to do in the world right now. And I mean, like, it's not like America is, like, the only country in the world. So America legalizing gay marriage isn't, like, gonna solve what is happening in other countries around the world. I mean, like, we've got, like, Australia needs to get on board next, I think. I don't believe they have that yet. I could be wrong. I don't live in Australia, though. Somebody can correct me on that if I'm wrong. But, and then there are tons of countries that aren't first world countries that are decades behind in these social things, and there are people right now that are fighting for that. And I think that we need to acknowledge the fact that there are these people that are... Okay, that doesn't make sense. What does that even mean? Just because they felt like it, just they were like, want to know what somebody really needs in their day? Like, they need to see the Doctor as Shia LaBeouf. Like, that... Yeah, there's adoption, too. That's the other thing. Always use a condom. That's a reminder, friendly reminder to always use a condom, even if you are in a relationship where you can't get pregnant. There's something for lesbians, too. I don't remember what it is, but it's like a pad or something that's supposed to prevent... Yeah, it's like a plastic sheet for lesbian people. So there are, like, plenty of other important things that, still, like, I mean, like, we have an awareness kind of problem. I mean, if you look at the American sex education, then you're kind of, it becomes pretty clear that we don't totally have that together. Okay, so there's, like, a bunch of problems like that, and then, what else is there? There's, like, adoption. I mean, it's still, in a lot of places, it's still basically impossible for a gay couple to adopt, which I think is going to become vaguely easier now that there is marriage, but at the same time, it's not going to be an easy process, which is, like, horrible, because we have, like, this overpopulation problem that people like to blame everything on, and one of the solutions to that is, one, gay people, and two, letting gay people adopt, because our foster care system isn't fantastic in the US. In fact, it's pretty awful, and a lot of teens and adolescents end up as homeless. Like, I had a percentage at one point. I don't have it anymore, and I'm not gonna look it up because I'm doing this. But it's not great. It's not fantastic. So that was so good. That was just, like, I'm really proud of that. But, I mean, like, yeah, we still have progress to be made. Again, that being said, though, that doesn't somehow mean that this is, like, just because we need more progress doesn't mean that this isn't, like, a fantastic day. This is, like, go out, celebrate, be gay with people. Like, this is huge movement that we have made, and it's awesome. And I do see a lot of people that are, like, immediately kind of like, let's pick this back up and let's go, which I'm, like, all for, because, you know, we gotta stay on top of this. We don't want to lose momentum or anything. But, again, at the same time, you can take this day, you can take this moment, and just acknowledge the fact that we made it this far, and a lot of us didn't make it this far, and I'm like really proud of all the people that did, because it's not easy sometimes. So I mean, take this like day, take this week, and just kind of be like, yeah, this is pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna okay, I hate this. I think I need something slightly harder though. I think this might be a little bit too easy of a game. I'm gonna get one in a second. In fact, let's just go to it. Okay, so I'm playing the demo because I probably won't even, like, let's be real. I'm not even gonna be able to beat that, like. Okay, I don't know how to play this. I'm just gonna go for it. How do I jump? That's how you jump. Okay, so there's, like, still lots of things to be done. I'm gonna talk about some of those things. But, I mean, again, just, like, now is the time for celebration and things like that. So, I mean, like, don't be afraid to just go out there and, like, party. Because, I mean, this is pretty fantastic. If you have the option to go to Pride, because it's pretty awesome and fun, and you'll meet cool people, probably. It's pretty easy to also find, like, parties going on and stuff like that. In the last 2 days, I've gone to 2 different parties. I'm gonna have, like, my own party with some friends. I mean, like, it's awesome. This is happening, and I'm super psyched. Some of the things that still need to happen, though, is, again, I've talked about adoption, awareness. There's lots of, like, things, like, I mean, you go back, like a month, and most people wouldn't be able to tell you what a transgender is, and a lot of people can now because of Caitlyn Jenner, which there have been mixed reactions to that. There's been plenty of negative. Wow. There's been plenty of positive, though. I think some of the negative, honestly, comes just from being who Caitlyn Jenner was. Like, a lot of people don't like the Kardashians and stuff like that, which I honestly don't really have an opinion on, because it's not like I don't really care enough about it. Like I'm really excited that Caitlyn Jenner has come out as transgender. Like, that to me is pretty awesome, but, like, the whole Kardashian thing has never been my jam. I could not even tell you who all the Kardashians were. I just kind of have always ignored it. So, I mean, like, there's been a lot more awareness in, like, the last, like, kind of month with transgender people, and plenty of it's been negative, but, I mean, just getting the word out there is pretty awesome. But, I mean, like, most people still think that asexual is the same thing as asexual reproduction, so most people don't understand that there is an actual sexual orientation of that. And then there's also, I mean, bisexual has been fairly well known for a long time, but it hasn't been a very talked about thing for pretty much all of that time. And there's, like, plenty of other sexualities and gender things. Oh my god! Okay, but so, I mean, like, again, awareness, we need to spread that, all that stuff, and there's also, like, okay, can I, like, put a flag somewhere? Then there's also, I mean, like, sexual education kind of junk and things like that. How do I put down a flag? Oh, practice mode. No. No. No! Help! No! Yes! So, I mean, what else is there? I've talked about adoption, I've talked about... where? I'm gonna actually pull... I had a list. Oh, dude! I'm gonna try to pull out this list while I'm playing. Holy crap, that's not gonna work. Okay. Let's look at my list. I am trying. I'm trying, guys. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. This is not as easy as I would have thought it would have. Okay! Get... Ugh. I hate myself. Oh, so here's one of the things I want to talk about. Some of the counties in Jeez! Okay, so some of the some of the counties in Mississippi and Alabama and, like, Texas, I think as a whole, if I remember right, they're basically being like, we're just not gonna give away any marriage license to combat this situation, which I just think is such, like, a childish thing to do. Like if no one can have if gay people can get married, no one can get married. And I'm just very confused by that. And then, like, I mean, there's, like, Texas being like, the Supreme Court doesn't have control over us, you know, it's state laws over government laws and things like that that we've been hearing about since the beginning of America. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Probably not well for them, to be honest. But, I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, some bill is never just gonna be the solution to everything. Like, you can't just pass a bill. The proclamation, whatever, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't just, like, end racism. You know, like, and desegregation didn't end racism either. Martin Luther King was shot. I mean, okay. I'm having a very hard time organizing my thoughts into coherent sentences right now. Ah! What was I saying? Okay. Something about racism again. Why do I keep going back to that? Some bill isn't just gonna fix all of the problems that exist in our society. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, okay, we've passed this thing now, can we get back to more important issues? And, gay people, lesbian people, bisexual people, transgender people, all the other people that fit under the umbrella of that are still killed. Like, death rates and things like that are really, really high for for this group of people. It's really high. Kind of like my death rate in this game. So, and passing some law that allows gay people to get married isn't gonna stop people from acting violently towards gay people. It's not gonna stop gay people from literally being fired for just being gay, because in most states, that's a legal thing to do. I don't know if you guys saw that thing a while ago where it was, I don't remember what state it was, but they had all these things up where it was like, if you're a gay person, don't come down! And then it's just like, you know, like, I mean, like, people will say mean things to you, which is something that everyone is gonna have to kind of, like, accept as a fact, because that is something that happens to everyone, but it does happen a lot to gay people, and it's something that's not just gonna end now that they're legally married. Yes! Oh my god! So we're not, like, holy crap. I also see a lot of people a lot of times where they're like, people are always gonna be, you know, bigots or something like that, so what's even the point of trying? But, like, that's not true, because, I mean, like, 10 years ago, most people were not for gay marriage. Well, really recently we passed the marker where it was more people are for gay marriage than people are against it, which is awesome. So it's like, just talking about these issues does help. So I'm like, the movement isn't over here, and for all the people that really want it to be, I'm sorry. Like, that doesn't mean that you can't also go and promote your movement, but we're still here, we're not going anywhere. Like, just because we've made this progress does not mean we're done. So, no! Okay, I actually did beat it. So I pulled out another game that I also find pretty frustrating, mostly because I just suck at it. Where am I? Okay. I mean, again, this is an exciting day. I'm, like, I don't know about you guys, but I could, like, freaking scream. Like, I'm so ready. I've totally forgotten everything I was just gonna talk about, too. How do you jump? That's how you jump. Oh, shiz. So, God, okay. I'm, like, not even, like, paying attention right now because of how freaking much I hate this game. So, There's gay stuff going on. Gotta keep on subject. There's definitely gay stuff going on. So, again, I've seen a lot of people say stuff kind of like along the lines of like, we're done. And it's like, have you seen Turkey? Like, man, we're not done. So for those of you that don't know, there was a pride in Turkey. And how it ended, basically... Dude, I just won. So how it ended, basically, in... Oh, Jesus, no! So how it ended, basically, wasn't tear gas. It was... No! So, there was a pride in Turkey the other day, and the police got involved, and they threw tear gas. So if that's not a pretty, like, clear distinction that, like, we're not there as a society, then, like, I don't know what else to tell you. Because, I mean, like, people can't even, like, have a parade anymore. So, oh my god, I'm gonna lose. So, I mean, like, yeah, we're not there. That being said, I mean, like, sure, that's not America, but it's like... America does not seem to have any problem getting involved with other countries until it involves gay people. Still, like, to all my friends that can now officially go and get married, I mean, like, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm, like, so happy for all of you guys. Let's see, there's gotta be other stuff I can talk about. I mean, overall, I think this is a pretty beautiful day. Nice, I won. Okay, so what else do I have to talk about? I've got to talk about homophobes. Because, as much as we'd like for this to just be over and to not have to deal with them anymore, they're still out there. It's fantastic, honestly, and there's different levels. There's, like, gentle homophobia versus kind of like, yeah, I just don't care kind of homophobia, which is generally not nearly as bad as, like, the outward homophobia where it's the whole, like, protesting thing, saying you're going to hell and things like that. Actually, I want to change, because it said I can change the theme. Dude. So, I mean, like, I know people in real life that are, like, homophobic, and I actually am friends with a couple, which is, I would not recommend doing it. I mean, like, I feel like we all have that one Facebook friend that's sitting there posting the Confederate flag and being like, Satan! That was actually a post I saw today. It was just a picture of, the gay pride flag, and all it said was Satan. That's just it. It said nothing but Satan in capital letters, and I was just kind of like, that's cool. You do you. I just don't want that anywhere near my life, so, you know, I unfriended them. I think I feel like almost everybody at this point has seen this, where it's the whole thing where it's like, wow, I've lost faith in America, I'm moving to Canada, where gay marriage has been legal for 10 years. And then people are like, let's go to Mexico, and it's like, it's also legal there. So, you're running out of places, homophobic people. You're running out of places you can go where people will actually agree with you. It's on the move out. People are being less and less homophobic, and, I mean, like, pretty soon, that's like it. You're gonna be done. It's gonna be over. There's nowhere you can go, because I really do think that we're gonna get to the point someday where it's gonna be considered weird that people were once homophobic. And I'd really like to hope that we do get to that place in my lifetime. And I really honestly do, because I mean, like, we look a couple of months ago, and, like, most of society, I mean, like, most states weren't allowing gay marriage. And you look now, and it's like, all 50 states. This is gonna kill me, this game. So, I mean, like, progress is accelerating. We're getting there. This has really good music, but I'm gonna lose. One of the other things I saw the other day that I thought was pretty spectacular. It was, Gatorade. So, like, since this has happened, a lot of companies have come out and, like, changed their logos to, like, gay things. Capitalism, but yeah, so, one of those people was Gatorade, and a lot of people were like, I always like Powerade better, or I'm switching to Powerade. And then, like, the next day, Powerade released, a picture where it was a rainbow thing saying Power Thought, and I don't know, I thought that was really funny that everybody's all these homophobic people, I don't think have realized yet that they're starting to become the minority. And I think it's great that they're like, oh, you know, whatever, there's plenty of other places I can go, you know, and then it's like Oreos and Skittles and all these companies that are supporting gay people. I mean, like, all of my social media right now is all rainbow colored, which is pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind it. You guys should keep it like that. So it's just, I just must imagine how frustrating it must be to be going on, like, Twitter or whatever and seeing half the things on there being rainbow colored and being homophobic. Like, what do you think at that point? Like, are you maybe changing your mind? I don't know. There's also other things to take into account. Really recently, we've had a lot of movement in the transgender thing, and a lot of people haven't been too happy about that. And that's something that I really think as a society we should focus on! So, I mean, like, basically every state, if I remember right, allows you to fire a transgender person for being transgender. You can just be like, yeah, I don't want you. You're transgender. That's a perfectly acceptable reason. And there's things like the gay and trans panic defense, where it's like, in every state but California, you can try to justify killing a transgender person with the fact that you were confused, which is like a little bit scary to me. It doesn't always work. It's one thing to keep in mind, but yeah, I mean, it's like that's a legal thing you can do if you're accused of murdering a transgender person. Let's see what else I have on my list. I don't think I have too much left to say, because I'm just like I'm psyched. I'm so excited. I still haven't heard anything after that one pastor was all like, I'm gonna light myself on fire. Gay people become legal, which honestly I'm hoping he doesn't, because, you know, I don't want anybody to die, but at the same time I'm kind of like, can't hold you to your word anymore, can we? Like, sorry, dude. Oh my god. So, ah! Ah! I think I'm done. I think that's it. Like, I'm thinking that that's probably everything I wanted to talk about. I'm super excited. I've always been kind of like, I've never disliked Obama. I'm kind of digging him now, though. I love that picture of him running through the White House with the flag. I don't know, I'm really excited seeing the White House lit up like a rainbow. Like, I finally feel like we're at a point in society where it's not like, people don't have to go around and say, I'm gay, as a bad thing. And I think that's great that people are finally being able to be themselves in an open and loving society, and I hope that as the years go on that we can just get more accepting, because I think it's awful that anyone has to sit in their room alone and cry because they weren't accepted by their parents. I think that's awful. And I want to live in a society someday where that never happens. And I think that this is getting us one step closer. Thank you, and have a gay day.